So first off, congratulations, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you today on your special day, on the first day of the rest of your life, a day where you feel like you can conquer anything the world throws at you. For most of you, you're thinking, what's next? For some of you, what's now? But you're thinking, what career are you going to pursue? What idea are you going to pursue? How are you going to leverage this master's degree to advance and enhance your life? So today, while you're thinking of how you're going to learn or how you're going to use what you learned here today to enhance your life, I would also like you to consider how you're going to use it to enhance the lives of others. So yes, I'm talking about others that are your friends and family. Shout out to the fan club here on both sides of you. But I'm also talking about others who do not think like you, others who do not look like you, others who are not from the same world you're from, and others who may have needs that you don't understand yet. So I'm not talking about, just to help them or to give them charity. I'm talking about partnering with them. I'm talking about combining your knowledge and your experience with their knowledge and experience and creating something that will impact the community that you share. So I work for the world's largest dedicated peace-building organization and conflict resolution organization called Search for Common Ground. Search, hang on, I almost lost it, but I caught it. I could feel it sliding. So Search is the world's largest dedicated peace organization, I already said that, but we're also nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize this year. So before you get the wrong idea about us and you envision, hippies in the forest singing Kumbaya together, let me just set you straight. We have offices in 35 countries all over the world. 90% of our staff is actually local to the areas that they work in. And they are the most courageous, the most compassionate, and the most practical individuals you'll ever meet. So we do everything from countering violent extremism, reconciliation after genocide, prevention of mass atrocity work, gender equality, security sector reform, refugee integration, and as was mentioned before, I do social change communication trainings. So collaborating with our local staff and our local partners, making sure that they're empowered to create as effective messages and campaigns as possible. As also mentioned, I'm also the co-creator of Battle for Humanity, a mobile game designed to forge real-life heroes. So the app's in the store, so all of you are welcome to help me beta test it. But how it works is users choose missions and actions to take in real life to help them fight violence, hate, and injustice, and give them the tools to make positive, constructive change in their community. So what we're doing is we're gamifying common ground activism, which is basically using collaboration and problem solving to build positive social change in our communities instead of aggressive or possibly destructive means. You see, we believe that our inability to deal with difference stops us from making progress on every single issue facing mankind today. So I am here sharing this with you today because I want you to make progress. I want you to make progress in your careers. I want you to make progress in your life. And I want you to make progress in your community. Common ground activism is so useful because, guess what? Tomorrow, the next day, the day after that, you are going to face conflict. You are going to face people and situations and ideologies that you do not agree with. So, common ground activism. I think it's best described using a dragon metaphor, because let's face it, everything's better with dragons. So, imagine this. Imagine that you're trapped in a deep, dark pit and you're facing a dragon. The world will tell you that you have two choices. You either slay the dragon or you be eaten by the dragon, right? Be killed or kill or be killed. So we're the fairy godmothers with the dragon treats in the saddle because we don't want you just to survive. We want you to fly. We want you to thrive. We want to be a society of high-functioning dragon riders. So all of our lives, we're taught that someone has to lose in order for us to win, right? But what if we shifted our objective from make them, whoever they are, lose, to instead, I'm going to, 1, make them an ally. 2, I'm going to prevent or stop harm. And 3, I'm going to solve a problem. It would definitely change the way that we talk to and treat each other. If I call someone a racist, I might get my point across. But are they any closer to wanting to understand me or wanting to help me? It's doubtful. So, actually, this is our first step of our approach for Battle for Humanity. Our first step is to strategize. So, to set your objective, what are you trying to accomplish? Our second step is armor up. So, this means you choose how things affect you, and you choose how you respond in a situation. So we don't ask you to change your beliefs, your identity. We ask you to change how you respond to a situation. So you are not a blade of grass caught in a whirlwind of predetermined reactions. No, you hold the power to choose how you respond. Will that response always be accepted and respected? I wouldn't go that far, but it shouldn't stop us from making the right choice. Okay, so strategize, armor up, and our third step is aim true. So attack the problem, not the person. It's so easy. Okay, it's not easy, but it's so simple. Attack the problem, not the person. Keep your eye on the prize. So focus on what's on a shared value and your shared interests with your opponent, not your separate positions. And you may need to reassess and reload. Because if I've learned anything in working in this line of business, it's peace is a process. So speaking of peace process, as mentioned, I arrived yesterday from Colombia. And in Colombia, I was working with young leaders around social change communication stuff. And some of them are privileged, some of them are not, but they were all dedicated to making their community and their country better. After a vicious conflict that's lasted over 50 years and almost impossible odds, during a time of deep division, they spent their time and their resources, big or small, in order to make people's lives around them better. So today, we're also facing great division in our communities and our countries, and it's happening in countries all over the world. And we have a choice. It's so easy right now to lash out, to blame, to accuse. It's also easy to ignore, right? To put our head down and to focus on what we can control, our future, hopefully. But to try to block out everything else that could distract us or hold us down. So on this day, on a day of hope, on a day of anticipation, on a day of what's next, I encourage you to take a third path, a path where you strategize, where you armor up, and you aim true. Because even though it might be an uphill path, not many have taken it, it is so worth it. Because where others see obstacles, you will see opportunities. Where others see enemies, you will see your next ally. And where others see difference, you will see a pathway to innovation. Your ideas will take flight. I want you to envision this moment for a second. Your ideas will take flight, because who would not want to hire, promote, or work for someone who is like that? And if you apply that mindset to the human suffering that you see around you, we might all have a fighting chance at overcoming humanity's greatest challenges. So, on that note, fly high, my friends, fly high.